Hi, welcome to this screencast for the Raspberry Pi 2, and right now I am testing split screen, well, kind of split screen, and as you can see I have the webcam connected to the Raspberry Pi 2, which has a very good response, almost delayless. And as you can also see is here, it is the VNC for the root. And I rather not want to do that. I rather have the VNC desktop for user, either normal user or the standard user Pi, but not root. However, I've been testing with the cam, and it turns out that the cam will not work properly when it is not run under root. So, and even then, if I would quit the cam now, it won't come up again, it will crash and keep crashing. And when I run it on user Pi, it turns out that it does start and immediately crashes, and on the normal user it won't even run because it can't detect a graphical display, and that is very unfortunate. So my solution will be that I use the root user's VNC desktop. Then I start a terminal. Let me move this up. And from this terminal I go to my own account, user's account. At the same time I will start the editor. And I have to take care that I will save here under the user's name and not in root. So what I can do first is say, okay, I create a new file, GPO test.py, and with the touch command I create an empty file. So as you can see it is totally empty. I go file, open, and here it is in home Pi, which I don't want. And I open this one. Then and as you can see here, maybe not very clearly, but from this cable which is connected to the RPi2, I've led it under the breadboard, and then with the cable from port 5 to the breadboard. And from the breadboard, from this side of the breadboard to the old one, I already used quite a few times, to the first LED. So first I have to import RPi.exe GPIO as GPIO, also import time, then GPIO.setup GPIO.board, if I'm quite correct, and now I switch to the Raspberry Pi 1, so this is the original one, and I have to use set mode, so I'm wrong here. Then GPIO dot set up port 5 pin 5, sorry, to be output, and that's indeed out. Then GPIO dot output 5 being true, and with that I put a voltage of 3.3 volts on pin 5. I will let it sleep, for which I use time.sleep. For say 2 seconds. Then GPIO dot output 5 false, and I end with GPIO clean up to give everything free again. So let's save this. So keep in mind that this is on the second Raspberry, and let's run it. So sudo python, and let's see what happens here. It should go burning for 2 seconds. Password, of course. And there I see that it is not in the sudoers file. So this is a problem, and I have to move it to the Pi directory. So let's exit here and go to Pi, then move cannot this will work, I think. Yes. Let's just run it. Of course we're using Python again. So let's see now what happens. Out is not defined. Output. This should be output. Save. And of course I'm still saving to this one. So I open this one and close this, and then I have to adapt this one. Let's go. Where am I wrong? Setup should be out, but should be GPIO out. And now you immediately see the second LED burning. So as you can see, there are quite a few problems to be solved yet, and that will be enough for a couple of experiments. So in the meantime, thanks for watching, and to be continued.